so I'm about to start my Saturday morning practice session. This week I focused on memorizing the third movement, just getting through it kind of intellectually so that I'm able to play it through without the score. In 1 week it's impossible for me, I mean it was impossible this week anyway, to go through the entire movement and play it fluently. So that'll take another week, I think. But I got to a point where I can almost, so today I have to do the last 5 pages of a 25-page movement, but I can almost play through the entire movement by memory, which is great. And then next week I can build on that to reach a level where I'm fluent in this movement, but also the whole piece, because I've got the whole piece now. Hi, taking a little break to tell you about some of the things I've noticed so far in this practice session. First of all, I'm tired because I'm practicing the coda, and so it's like the place where all the difficult things are. So I'm taking regular breaks right now, and one of the things I've noticed that is kind of hard when memorizing these things. So if I show you the score, it's like mostly chords. Um, you've got like tons of chords, chord after chord after chord, and it's not really that hard to understand like the harmonic progression. But what I found is difficult is like, yes, it's a C major chord, but what spacing is it? Like, what is the melody note? What is the bass? These are things that are quite random and subjective. Like the composer could decide very much to choose one over the other, but it's not always easy to see the reason why. So that's hard. And then the other thing is like, just from a method point of view, today my objective was clearly to memorize it. But I found myself, because there was a lot of technical stuff, I found myself very distracted and wanted to practice it instead of just focusing on the memorization process. So that was always a distraction. I always had to tell myself, no, don't stop practicing this, except that it's going to be messy right now because this is not the objective of this session. Like, now you have to memorize it. In the future, I'd like to try and see if it's possible for me to memorize as I go along. In my experience in the past, this has not been helpful for me because I think there's really, I need to have memorized the thing first so that I can be free to practice without the score whenever I want, whenever I can, even mental practice. But yeah, it's something I'll try. And in terms of the difficult passages in this movement, I think just like in the second movement, the very chromatic, very linear things also are hard to memorize in this movement. Specifically, I'm talking about this bit here, when you've got very small melodic movements in like semitones, and you've got chord progressions that are very fast. It's the fact that they're so fast. Like you can understand them. I had no issue understanding them, even though, um, yeah, it's a bit of a brute force memory thing to have to memorize where Rachmaninoff wants to go this time around versus the next time around, etc. But that in itself isn't too hard. What's hard is then to do it at speed, because this is really fast, and um, yeah, like once you've memorized it, it's just a matter of getting fluent in it, and that's the hard bit. There's a parallel passage later on, so there's more to memorize in the same kind of way. I don't really know where it is, I've lost it. But yeah, it's one of the hard places. Sorry, the place was before. So like, look at this for example. It's like chromatic, chromatic, like chromatic, and then there's a sneaky like repeated note there. There's a sneaky repeated note there. Like it's all like so easy to go wrong in those tiny, tiny little places. And and then you have some chord progressions here. You have some, yeah, it continues all over this line as well.